Buying a new car or truck seems like a hopeless endeavor for, I would say, the vast majority of Americans. But those hopes and dreams should not be pushed aside or just shattered by the rising cost of just everyday life, but also the rising MSRPs of cars over the past 5 years is just absurd. Well, look at what we got here. We finally have information on the Slate Pickup. I'm also finally getting to this video and this subject for the first time, and I am going to put a deposit down on this truck today. We need affordable vehicles. I believe in this idea of Slate having an affordable vehicle that is customizable, and it can absolutely really help out so many people, from businesses to first-time new car buyers. Guys, this is exactly the sort of movement we need to. I mean, Tesla kind of started the EV thing, but here's Slate to kick the pants of all the traditional OEMs who are trying to sell us $50,000 to $100,000 trucks, even if they're made in Mexico. Guys, this is made in America. It's not going to be hit with tariffs. Guys, what is Slate? We're going to get into this today. If you're excited, smash a like button and make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to put money down on one. And this I can see as a solution for so many of my personal needs. First things first, guys, if you're excited for affordable vehicles, new cars, once again, and this is specifically a truck, smash a like button. This video is not sponsored by Slate, but ever since I heard of Jeff Bezos investing in a startup that is going to be dedicated to providing functional and affordable new cars, I was all about it. Now, think what you want about battery electric EVs, but for me and my needs, even the base battery would probably suit 99% of my needs that I would want out of a truck, okay? They're advertising a price under $20,000, but that's after the federal tax credit. When this vehicle launches in the last quarter of 2026, will the federal tax credit still be in effect? We don't know. I mean, Trump has said that he wants to cancel it, but you got to keep in mind, Jeff Bezos, who was at the inauguration, is a key investor. So I mean, maybe that would delay the killing of the EV tax credit. I thought it would be done away with by now, but here we are in, I guess, month 4 of the new presidency, and the EV tax credit hasn't been killed, and there really isn't any talk about it. Maybe it's because he's also close with Elon Musk. Here's the thing. Under $20,000 after EV tax credit is fantastic, but if the EV tax credit gets killed, this instantly makes it a $27,000 truck in theory. They could always lower the price. They could always lower the price if the tax credit is no longer available. All right, would it be under $20,000? No, it'd probably be like $25,000, but that's just a guess. All right, let's talk about battery pack sizes. You have a 52.7 kilowatt hour battery pack. That's the standard. And that would give you guys 150 miles of range. So let's do 150 divided by 52.7. It's not very efficient. Now, we don't know horsepower numbers, but you got to keep in mind this also includes highway. I would not be driving this on highway. So that's the problem with the EPA numbers, is that they kind of do a mix of highway and city, kind of basing it a little bit more on city. So I'd say in city, you're probably going to be about 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour, which is not great. Or this thing could just be a terrible brick on the highway and have really poor highway efficiency, something like 2.2 miles per kilowatt hour. Anyways, we also have a 84.3 kilowatt hour battery, and that is good for 240 miles. So let's go ahead and divide 84.3, 2.8. Okay, so they're estimating the same efficiency even with a bigger battery pack. That doesn't make sense to me. So I would say that the smaller battery pack would be much more efficient. It's going to be a lot lighter, right? Hundreds of pounds lighter. So anyways, we don't know the price of the upsell battery, the bigger battery, quite yet, going from 150 miles to 240 miles. So let me know what you guys would think would be a reasonable increase in price. $3,000, $4,000? Or would they charge more for the larger battery? I think that's where it needs to be, about $3,000 or $4,000 for the extra range. So let's look at the customization options. Guys, this looks like that Rivian. What's that Rivian? It's the Rivian R3. Now, the Rivian R3 is a much more premium looking vehicle compared to the Slate, but guys, you can customize this how you want, which I love. All right. You can do it from the factory, but they'll also send you kits with like a QR code to have a very detailed step-by-step installation guide for all this stuff. So if you want seats in the back, yes, there are going to be seats in the back, but you have to install this roll cage and it will not start up if you have seats in the back without the roll cage, because the roll cage has the airbags inside of it. All right. You also have the rear tire mount, which I think is a must. Now, also, to my understanding, there's no, they're coming in different colors here, but I think the standard gray color is what they're all shipped in, and then they're just showing how you can, wrap it. Wrapping these things is going to be huge for business advertising, but also for personal customization. We see how everyone's wrapping their Cybertrucks, right? Okay, so here's besides the truck, here's the option that really impresses me. You'd have the seats, but you also have the topper, and the topper takes about an hour to install, to my understanding. And you're going to have less cargo space in the back with the topper, but guys, it looks like the smaller Defender. What is that? The Defender 90? I reviewed one with the supercharged V8 recently. People will be putting Defender badges on this Slate. It looks so good. I like how minimal it is. And that's great for the price, right? So, man, look at the blue. The blue looks good. So many different customizations. And then you have this fastback, which I think looks pretty ugly, but hey, some people are going to be into it. All right. So it's a blank slate for you to customize your truck, your SUV, however you want it. This one looks good. This one's lowered here, it looks like. Oh my gosh. If they do a dual motor, guys, if they do dual motor around 300 horsepower, I would want to lower it. Depends on what I need it for. I might move to a house that needs some lawn mowing, and maybe I can attach like a big pull along field mower behind this thing. Would be so cool. Anyways, like here's the base model. This is how it comes shipped. 5 lug nut wheels. And let's go ahead and get into some more of the details here. I haven't seen this video yet, but I want to talk about the interior. The interior is very basic. Look, physical climate control. There are no speakers, so you have to bring a Bluetooth speaker, which is fine with me. There's also no, oh, that's cool. You can put badges on it. Oh, change out the grill, guys. They're thinking of everything for customization. Change out the grill and the lights. There is no screen in here, which I love. Gosh, every single car, guys, that we have nowadays is there's just so much overwhelming tech. All right. And in this vehicle, they're just like, okay, well, here's a phone holder attachment or a tablet. Guys, I would put a tablet in here, just a cheap, I don't know, Android tablet, running Android Auto, and then my phone could wirelessly cast to it, which would be pretty freaking awesome. They also are going to, yes, you can put your own speakers in here, your own Bluetooth speaker, which I'd probably do that, but you can install manufacturer accessory speakers right here in the dash. But that means there's no standard radio, which I also think is cool. Is it cool to have less? Yes, because you can customize. You can put a big ass sound bar in here and plug it in and get better sound than just about any car on the road. I'm not saying better, all right, because in a soundbar you're going to be missing some bass, but still. All right, we got a big old frunk there. Here's the tablet installation. Fold the bed down. You can put 4x8 sheets of plywood, sheetrock in here. I mean, I am loving the idea of this truck. Now, how big is it? Well, compared to a Silverado EV, it's half the size. You look at a Ford Maverick, which I absolutely adore. The thing is, it's like, man, would I be better off with just getting a Ford Maverick used than this Slate EV pickup truck, right? Dilemma, right? But I'll put a reservation down, and you guys will see me do it today. All right. But I miss the old Toyota small pickup trucks, and this is the closest thing we're going to get, except it's going to be way faster. In theory, we don't know the specs yet, but let's say it comes standard with a 200 horsepower rear axle. All right, now what does it look like with the topper compared to some options? Well, I don't know why they put a Pacifica here, because when you put the topper on, and if you want the second row of seats, there's just not a lot of cargo in this thing. Jeep Wrangler 2-door. It's actually longer than a 2-door Wrangler, but it's also a pickup truck. So, and then Kia Soul. It's noticeably bigger than a Kia Soul, but you could argue that it's more functional as well. All right. So what is the spec sheet? Gosh, we do have motor numbers. It's rear wheel drive, guys. You'll be able to do burnouts in this thing. You'll be able to drift this thing. What's 150 kilowatts? 150 kilowatts is 201 horsepower. So I'm happy that I found the range. Now, since it's not at least initially offered with dual motor all-wheel drive, is that going to rule a lot of people out? And the answer is absolutely not. Not for me, where I live down here in South Florida. So as a NACS charging, 480 volt, maybe that's what it is. It does 480 volt fast charging, almost 500 volts. So you can get most of your range back in about 30 minutes. But I would just install level 2 and be done with it. Frunk volume 7 cubic feet, bed volume 35 cubic feet, bed length 5 foot, which is pretty, it's not that short. It's actually longer than the bed volume in the Maverick hybrid that I just drove. Max payload 1,400 pounds. It can only tow 1,000 pounds. But I mean, let's say if I can't fit yes, I can fit my Grom back here, and I'd be able to fit a dual sport motorcycle as well with the bed down. So anyways, traction control, you do have automatic emergency braking, which is a federal mandate, as well as the airbags. You also have keyless entry. That's cool. So you have a key entry probably as well, but keyless entry, but it doesn't have like proximity assist. Backup camera is necessary for federal regulation as well. Auto high beams, forward collision warning. Okay, all this is standard. Here's our charging. AC charger, a level 2, 25 to 40 miles per hour when it's on charge, and full charge in 4 to 8 hours. That's fantastic, but that's probably on the smaller battery. All right, level 3, which some people get triggered when you're talking about DC fast charging as a level 3, but it's really, I mean, it's just DC fast charging. Technically, it's not a level 3, but whatever, it's fine. 20 to 80% charge in 30. We can already get Slate merch right now. I wish I had like affiliate code. So if you guys wanted to buy some with a discount, that would be nice, but I don't. I think, FAQ. And there's only one Slate model because they want to reduce cost as much as possible. If you just have one spec, things are cheaper. The vehicles are made in the U.S. We don't know exactly where yet, but they're designed in California and Michigan, engineered in Michigan, assembled in the Midwest. We'll know more information in the short term, I would say. If this vehicle is launching about a year and a half from now, we'll have to learn where they're probably still building this plant or have yet to start breaking ground on this plant. Now, here's the thing. I want this vehicle. Q4 2026 launch sounds great, but all reality is probably going to be delayed, and that's fine. No torque numbers on this motor, which torque's not really an issue when it comes to electric motors because essentially it's always available at a drop of a dime. Oh, this is the first vehicle that's been designed to be wrapped without removing any trim pieces. And wrap kits start around $500. That's pretty cool. Now, that's the kit. So I could try to do it myself, and it shouldn't be too difficult because it's designed to be wrapped, really. So that's pretty neat that they make their own sticker kits, but there's going to be so many third-party companies out there coming out their own sticker kits as well. All right, let's go ahead and reserve our Slate. Let's go ahead and reserve it for Kirk Kreifels Media. That is actually my business. And fleet size, well, less than 100 vehicles. I don't need maybe reserving as a company fleet's not necessary. Let's go ahead and click that. We just want one reservation. That's right. Let's go and put in the card info, and that's it. Here's my confirmation. I've reserved my Slate pickup truck. You know, if you guys remember, about a year ago, there was I don't know what year it was. It was like a 91 Toyota pickup that came available for sale in my neighborhood. And it looked great. Like it was a California car, you know, it looked like it was in pretty good shape. It had that old, what is that engine? The RE22, if I remember correctly, which is like a bulletproof Toyota engine. It was a manual as well, if I remember. Like it ticked all my boxes, but it was like $10,000. I'm like, man, if something breaks on this, which it's likely to do, such an old truck, you know, I just didn't pull the trigger on it. And I'm like, you know, maybe something will come along that will kind of fit that niche but do it better than a really old Toyota pickup. And no, it won't have the range, but this thing is a hell of a lot safer than that, old Toyota pickup truck, which is just a tin can. And let's see. They're also asking me more plans about my Slate. Am I interested in buying the SUV kit? Yes, because you guys would be interested in learning more about it. And yes, I would want a vehicle that has a 5-seater for my kids. Am I interested in buying the extended range battery? I'm interested. Doesn't mean I'm going to. No. And they wanted my zip code, so I went ahead and did that. And then I can go ahead and make a profile. Cool. So under my profile here, it says reservations right there. And there's also an order drop down. What happens if I click shop now? Oh, it just takes me to the merch page. I am stoked. Will I end up buying it? I don't know, but I really, really want it. And I think in about a year now, I think I'll be able to have the finances to be able to buy it. All right. I'm currently in the process of buying my first house. So obviously that's on my mind right now, more than anything. And maybe I'll be able to get this Slate on the channel. That's my plan. I don't plan on backing out of it. And like I said, it's slated, pun intended, it's slated for Q4 2026. But I think honestly, it could slip outside of that. All right. When they have, you can take the doors off. Shut up. Oh man, guys, I am so excited. Thank you for watching. Like I said, make sure you subscribe because the next time I hear any updates about Slate, I will update you guys. I'll update you guys on the channel about my reservation and how that's being processed. But I am hell of excited for this affordable truck that's going to be customizable just the way I want it. It's essentially like an electric Grom. Check out Cryful Cycles if you like motorcycle action, since I'm talking about my Grom, which I plan on putting in this truck. Is that a rear spoiler? What is that back there? What is that? All right, I'm shutting it down. Have a great day. Let me know if you guys are putting an order in for Slate. And guys, I sure hope as hell that this takes off. If Slate is successful and they're selling like hotcakes, that they're able to expand this to more vehicles. All right, a single spec of a sedan that's super efficient, or a single spec, I don't know, a 3-row SUV that's super affordable. I mean, the sky's the limit with this company, and I want this brand to do well. And hopefully an OEM doesn't buy it and ruin it. I could see that, like Ford or something buying Slate, and then that's like my worst nightmare, because it's only inevitable that they would just get jacked up in price, and then they would be sold through dealers, which it would kill the pricing of it as well. All right, God willing, Slate does well, survives, and we once again, and it'll start a trend. It'll be a waterfall trend. Slate's doing it, and then you'll see all the traditional OEMs who've been getting fat and rich on all these multiple spec stuff, and they'll be forced to have simpler cars once again, and cars that are more customizable, which, yes, EVs, I get it. They're not, in terms of powertrains, they're less customizable, but they're going to the nth degree to make this the perfect vehicle for modern customization, from wraps to lowering it to different headlights, different grills, different bumpers, toppers, second row of seats, etc. This is, and this kind of reminds me of the Ford Flex that I saw on the road today. Yeah, this guy right here, you guys know, this is like a miniature Ford Flex. Oh, give me more of it, except it doesn't have a third row. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Long live Slate. May they live to, really shake up the market, to screw up traditional OEMs and their bloated prices, their bloated cars of tech, that it was just not necessary. All right. We need simpler cars and more affordable cars. And thank God someone's willing to do something about it. Peace out. Ooh, does this one have a bison on it? Oh, no, it's the California Bear. That's cool. I'm just going to keep finding new details, guys. This is kind of the California Surfer truck. Looks good. This almost looks like TRD wheels from a Toyota. Thank you, guys. Peace out.